All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Bham Knows Data initiative as we have it this week. Innovate Birmingham is taking over this week. So for those of you who do not know, well, first off, my name is Diva Didias, and I'm the marketing strategist at Innovate Birmingham. So for those of you who are not familiar with Bham Knows Data, it's a citywide initiative to strengthen the data skills of Birmingham's workforce. So we're partnering with organizations like QuantHub, our data analytics training provider, ThinkData Solutions, Tech Birmingham, and the Birmingham Business Alliance to help increase data literacy in the community. So the goal for this initiative is to really bring awareness to the importance of data literacy and really isolate those skills gaps. So the initiative will begin with a free data literacy assessment that I highly recommend you and your team take. And you can take the assessment at bhamknowsdata.com. And I can drop that in the comments section for y'all to head over after this conversation we have. So Innovate Birmingham, we're really excited to be a partner of the Bham Knows Data initiative, and a unique aspect of our program that really differentiates us from other training providers is that responsiveness to workforce demand. So we are here to provide a pipeline for data workers and tech talent to make Birmingham's And so we're currently enrolling for our 13th cohort starting in January. So if you or someone you know may be interested in starting a career in Birmingham's booming tech industry, apply now at innovatebirmingham.com. So we have our awesome data alum, Adrian Jones, with us. Hey, Adrian, thank you for joining us and taking the time out of your day.
Hey, Diva, thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, of course. So Adrian, congrats on your new role. Can you tell us what the title is and where you're at?
Most definitely. So I am currently serving as the business systems manager at EdFarm, and that kind of encapsulates a lot of things that I do there. It is kind of more so in operations, but in order to kind of tell you kind of what that looks like, essentially, I'm there to kind of support our staff and support all of our departments in what they need.
Awesome, that's great. And EdFarm is a really great partner of Innovate Birmingham. So if y'all don't know EdFarm, definitely check them out as well. So Adrian, what were you doing prior to Innovate Birmingham? Can you tell us how you found out about IB, the data program, what kind of made you choose that avenue of data analytics?
Yeah, so before Innovate Birmingham, I was kind of in education and doing a lot of things in education, in and around education. I've served as a math teacher. I've served as an operations manager for a nonprofit, the Birmingham Education Foundation. And then I kind of took a detour into a different industry, and I actually served as a shipping supervisor for a Fortune 500 company. And kind of there, I was in logistics and operations in a different way, and using data in a different way to kind of help to make sure that we meet our goals and obtain our goals there. And then I also started my own company, co-founded a company, MasteryWorks Test Prep, where we actually kind of help to make sure that students have all the math backgrounds that they need in order to be successful.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And as far as kind of what kind of brought me to Innovate was that I knew that I definitely needed more skills to kind of give me a better foundation in data and to kind of further my career path, as well as making sure that I had everything that I need and all the tools and resources to kind of make myself marketable and to put myself on a different career path and different trajectory.
That's awesome. I'm glad we were able to be there when you were looking for that opportunity. So what are some of your favorite data programs you learned in the boot camp, and elaborate kind of on that?
So I think that, of course, one of my most favorite is going to have to be Excel. I think that's kind of where you have to start. And I had some knowledge of Excel, but I learned so much more in the program, learning how to use Power Query and how to use Power BI to do some great visualizations and using that as a BI tool. So those are definitely some of my most favorite, and SQL as well.
Awesome. So how has Innovate Birmingham's Data Bootcamp prepared you for the job you have now?
So I think
technically, professionally.
Got you. I would say Well, from just professionally and personally, um, we had the first cohort that was all remote, all virtual. So that was a challenge in of itself because we have to learn how to be present um, at all times. And even though there's not someone always checking on you or making sure that you're logged on, you're supposed to kind of go at your own pace. So that was a big difference, but I think it really kind of prepared me for the kind of work that we're in now and the kind of environment that we're in, being virtual, because we have to use Slack. We use Slack on my team now all the time for communication. You have to come up with different ways to kind of engage your staff, engage your team members, and to be able to kind of communicate with everyone on the team. It's a little bit more challenging, but we did it in IB with my cohort, and Microsoft Teams as well was something we used a lot of, SharePoint, and also just file sharing and data sharing virtually is a skill that you have to learn and develop. And I think that definitely helped prepare me for kind of what we're doing at my job now. And in addition to that, kind of in my role, like I said, I am a business systems manager, and I just kind of help to look at all of our systems, look at all of our programs and platforms, any kind of data migration that we do. I did some of that in IB, so it definitely prepared me to kind of be able to do that. And if I don't have the tools, it at least gave me the confidence that I need to know that I can go look for those answers.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely think y'all being like the first fully virtual cohort, that definitely gave you a strength and advantage in today's, especially tech industry.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So what types of data tools are you using at work?
So I did mention Slack earlier as kind of like our communication tool. We're actually doing a project now where we are transitioning our project management platform, and we are integrating into Asana. That's something that we will be using for our project management and collaboration. And then Tableau is kind of our big BI tool or visualization tool that we will use. And we did learn that also in the program, so that definitely helped me out to be introduced to that platform. I did primarily use Microsoft Power BI while in the program, but since we will be using exclusively Tableau, that is something that I will have to kind of get more, comfortable using that. But again, just having that knowledge of the program from IB was definitely a plus.
Great. So can you run us through what a typical workday looks like for you?
So that definitely varies. I will say I kind of have my same routine that I do every day. However, the projects and programs that I focus on, they change every day. So I guess I'll first kind of give you just a overview of kind of like what I do on a day to day. So again, since I'm remote, I have the luxury of being able to kind of come and work from my kitchen table, but I still try to get up at about 6:30, latest at 7 o'clock every day, just so I can kind of go through my morning routine and get all that out of the way. My morning meditation and my morning workouts. I will be honest that 4 out of the 5 days, sometimes I might skip that workout part, but I'm trying to do a little bit better at that and make sure that I'm focusing on my mind, my body, and my spirit. So I get that part started, and as soon as I kind of get my coffee and get ready to go about 8:30, I'm logged on. Normally checking my Slack, making sure there's nothing that's like urgent that I need to attend to. But essentially, as far as once I jump into what I actually do, it's a series of tracking projects, tracking kind of communication. Because a lot of times in operations, we kind of get communication from various people on our team. It might just be something as simple as a different platform that somebody's needing, or a different software, a different tool, different tech tools, anything dealing with Apple products. Also, we are powered by Apple. That is like kind of like our main sponsor, and so we do use Apple products, and that's something that if the team needs anything dealing with that, they'll kind of send that to the operations team, and we'll make sure that they have everything they need to feel supported.
That's awesome. Getting your self-care in right in the morning. Good for
Right.
you. I know it can be a struggle for a lot of us. I know sometimes it's a struggle for me, but it definitely has to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, definitely.
So are you like in person in the office anytime? Is this more of like your remote routine?
So this is my remote routine. I will say that right now everyone is remote because of the unprecedented times, of course. But I do go into the office about 1 day a week. So 4 days I spend remotely, and then 1 day a week I will go into the office, and that's just because everybody else is still kind of remote, but I have to go into the office at some point because in operations I do help with facilities management as well. So anytime we might need to have a vendor to come in and check anything, or we might need to be moving our router soon from one of our storage closets to a different level. We do have different floors in our building, so just making sure that everything is running smoothly there. If we have any type of deliveries that we need to get, or any kind of device drop off or retrievals, I'll need to be there for that. So we try to do that about 1 day a week.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear everything going well so far over there. So what was your experience level like in data before you participated in our data boot camp? And what were your expectations like? What kind of surprised you?
So I would say definitely a beginner to intermediate level with data. As I mentioned before, I did work for another nonprofit as their operations manager, but also their data manager. So I had a little bit of experience with data, and of course, as a teacher and my work at MasteryWorks. However, I definitely know that I needed, like I said, more exposure to tools and the resources that really just makes my job so much easier now, knowing that information about those tools. So I think before the program, to be honest, I didn't know really what to expect. I knew that I would get a lot of knowledge about the different data programs and software that I would need. But yeah, I kind of was going in blind as far as to what exactly to expect. But definitely it was demanding. It was a boot camp. We learned every single day. It was a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 grind of learning and of experiencing learning in a different way. So that definitely helped prepare me for what I'm doing.
All right, and so this will be our last question. What do you
Okay.
believe are some common misconceptions of data analytics? And having gone through the data program, what are your thoughts on those now?
Yeah, so I think definitely a misconception of data is that data is scary, and that data is like this mythical or unknown creature. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing with math that I get, because I did get my math degree from UAB. And when I say that, people are like, oh my gosh, right? So I think that it's just really breaking down, especially through the program, allowing us to see that data is all around us, and everything that we look at, everything that we see, everything that we touch, everything that we um, operate, that we hold is data, and it's really just trying to break that down. And it really taught me to kind of tell stories in a different way, that data is in our everyday lives, and anything that you want to do or accomplish, you can probably look to data to help you find those answers.
That's definitely true. Data is in every field that you
Mhm.
can think of. You don't have to, the title doesn't have to be analyst or data scientist. You'll always be working with data no matter what field you're in or what part of the company you're working in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Adrian, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. And also thank you for everyone for tuning in. I will honor this 15-minute time frame. So hopefully you guys got some lunch in, or you're about to get ready to get some lunch. But thank you guys so much for speaking with us and being with us today. Thank you, Adrian. Do you have any last words?
I would just recommend that everyone, if they haven't had a chance to take the data literacy, there's like an assessment that you can take, and I did take it, and it gives you a better idea as to your data literacy and where you are and what you need to learn. So I definitely recommend that, and thank you so much for having me again.
Yes, thank you, Adrian. Also, like he said, don't forget to take the assessment at bhamknowsdata.com. Also, we are enrolling for our cohort 13, so you can apply at innovatebham.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll speak to you guys later.
Thanks so much. And Bham Knows Data.